26 years ago, on February 1st, 1997, 22-year-old Anna Marie Zirkle went missing in Columbus, Ohio, after walking away from her home, never to be seen again. To this day, there has been no sighting or any trace of Anna. So what happened to this young mother of two on that cold winter morning? Welcome to a new episode of True Crime with DannieBSpeaks. I, of course, am Danny B. This case caught my attention after hearing about it while watching some of my true crime on YouTube last year. Yes, I watch true crime anywhere I can get it. YouTube, Discovery Plus, ID Channel, TLC, wherever. YouTube has some excellent documentaries and content creators that go over these cases and bring many to our attention that we may have never heard, and this is one of them. Now, that's not the only reason why it caught my attention. Another reason why it caught my attention is because the victim was living in my hometown of Columbus, Ohio, so it doubly piqued my interest. Mind you, I was only 17 when this happened, but after all these years, I had never heard of this case until I saw that video on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into it. So who was Anna Marie Zirkle? Anna was born May 7th, 1974, and grew up in Ashtabula County, Ohio. After looking over many websites about this case, some list her as biracial and others list her as a black woman. Her father died when she was young, and there are no details of what happened to her mother during that time. But her mother is around now and is actively involved in finding out what happened to her daughter. After her father's death, she spent quite a few years in foster care before being adopted by the Chapman family. After graduating high school, she moved to Warren, Ohio, and started dating Darren Williams, whom she soon moved in with. Anna and Darren will go on to become the parents of two sons. They eventually moved to Columbus, Ohio, along with Darren's cousin Troy Austin, and lived on Roosevelt Avenue on the east side of town. Now, if you are familiar with Columbus, Ohio, and the east side of the city, Roosevelt Avenue is around the Bexley area, but the outskirts of Bexley, if you know what I mean. It's right before you get into Bexley, I should say. Now, I didn't grow up on that side of town, so I can't tell you how the area was in 1997. It may not have been that bad, but that's where it is. That's where they were living. And I paint that picture because even though anything can happen anywhere, just know that certain areas of the city can be a little more shadier than others. And that may be one of them. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just setting the scene. What really happened on February 1st, 1997? And honestly, we may never know. The story that was told to law enforcement by Troy Austin is that she was just tired of everything and she wanted to get away. That's it. That's all that we know. Now, at the time of her disappearance, Darren was back in Warren visiting friends, so Anna gave Troy money for Greyhound bus tickets to escort her children to Warren to be with their father. Mind you, Columbus and Warren are about 170 miles apart. The children, along with Troy, made it safe to Warren and to be with Darren. However, it wasn't until February 6th, 5 days later, after she was last seen, that a neighbor was actually the one that reported her missing. So why didn't Darren or Troy report her missing? That's my question. Had they not come back to Columbus and check on her, see if anyone that she may have had any contact with, like family? There are just a lot of questions as to why it took 5 days for her to be reported missing and to be reported by a neighbor at that. Not only was this out of character for Anna, but she didn't take any clothing with her, and she left behind an uncashed check for $388. People who truly knew Anna said that she would never abandon her children. That's one thing that she definitely would not have done, regardless of how tired she was. There were no details provided of what was going on in her life at the time and why she may have needed that break. Now, we all need a break every now and then, but for her to just up and leave, her family feels that was a bit extreme and something that she would never do. So what happened? Now, the last major update on this case was in 2011. That was 12 years ago. The Columbus Dispatch reported that a home in northeastern Ohio was searched as police were hoping to find Anna's remains because they believed she was murdered. Police now think that she was a victim of foul play and that she might be buried at 4507 Old Plank Road in Orwell in Ashtabula County. And of course, unfortunately, nothing came of that search. From the beginning, law enforcement has believed that foul play was involved. Now, I don't usually make accusations on this podcast, but where the hell are Darren and Troy? Darren just happened to be away when she went missing, so she felt it was better to have Troy escort her sons out of town and not herself. That just doesn't sit right with me. And I'm not trying to get into, well, I kind of am trying to get into somebody's psyche. If she wanted to get away, I would have hoped that she would have at least called. I don't know what type of relationship she had with her mother at this time. I know she had a close relationship with her adoptive parents. You would think that she would at least let somebody know. And if anybody, Darren, if things were okay between them. It's just weird. I don't know, but let's move on. So of course today her sons are grown men. No details on their whereabouts or anything, which there really shouldn't be. These young men have been through enough. Just let them be. Her birth mother, Anna Zirkle, and her adopted mother, Juanita Chapman, have teamed together to not only find out what happened to Anna, but they also want to let her sons know that their mother would never have abandoned them and that she loved them more than anything. They just want to keep her memory alive so that they would know what a great woman that their mother was. They were babies. They were toddlers, I'm pretty sure. It didn't say how old. I couldn't find out how old they were. They weren't school-aged children at all when she went missing. They were very young. But again, I ask, where the hell are Darren and Troy? That's all I need to know. And especially since the last person to allegedly see her was Troy. How hard was this investigated? That's another question that I have. Darren, let me ask you a question. Did you travel to Warren alone, or were you transporting someone? These are just questions, that's all. These are just questions that I have. No assumptions, just questions, Now, from all the information that I have read on this case, there were no notes about anything regarding Darren or Troy. So did the police just take their word for it? I can't imagine if there was any indication that they may have been involved in Anna's disappearance, that there is absolutely no paper trail of that. That's another thing that's bothering me. So unfortunately, this isn't a long story. And I say that because in the last 26 years since her disappearance, there hasn't been much information regarding this case. Now, they're saying that it definitely has not gone cold, even though there have been no public updates on the case, and law enforcement says they are not giving up on this search for Anna. As I mentioned, they do believe that foul play was involved, so they are keeping their focus on mainly the northeastern part of Ohio, believing that if she was murdered, she was buried somewhere in that area of the state. So maybe they know more, and they usually do, than they're leading on, which is understandable. And I hope that they do have suspects in mind as well. So of course, I will be following this case as I have with other cases in the past and future ones that I will be doing. So if you have any information regarding the disappearance of Anna Marie Zirkle, please reach out to the Columbus Police Department or the U.S. Marshals, and sources that I use will be provided in the show description. So thank you all for tuning in to this week's show. I get so anxious when learning about unsolved cases. That's just me. Let me be. So don't forget to check out my other podcasts. They are DannieBSpeaks, the podcast, and Girl, You Know What. You can listen to all three shows on Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, Spreaker, on my website, DannieBSpeaks.com, and on my YouTube page, which I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my YouTube page, and that's DannieBSpeaks. There will be much more content coming to that page real soon. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at DannieBSpeaks. Also, you can follow me on Apple Music, where I share some of my playlists that I actually create myself. And on Apple Music, I am under Tahir Ali. If you need to reach out to me for any business inquiries, such as promotions, products, for me to endorse something of yours on my podcast, on my website, my social media platforms, If you want to discuss collaborating with me or sponsoring me, please hit me up at DannieBSpeaks@gmail.com. I appreciate you all. Be sure to continue to support or start supporting the Danny B Speaks brand. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will catch you all on the next one. Take care, everybody. Peace.